having these last 2 days are extremely important as it relates to Pisces, your dreams, making them happen, because there are addictions and attachments attached to a lot of stuff from your past. It sits in your 12th house. It sits in your North Node and your South Node, and it is an issue to a lot of the reasons why you haven't been able to make certain moves in your life. It's a huge thing, okay? We don't talk about it enough, I think, because sometimes life is just already stressful enough. And so you start to try to like say, okay, well, let's go in the Akashic records and let's open up some stuff. Whew. When you know who your parents are, when you know where you came from, that's not just as easy to say, okay, let's do it. Okay. And that's what's been the problem generationally. It's been some heavy energy tied to it, but this is the light in that, right? Because even though this is going to be a heavy class as it relates to us going into some deep dark parts of you that you may or may not want to face today. If you decide to leave early, trust me when I say I won't feel any kind of way. Okay. If you find yourself in tears, purging, crying, any of those things, all of that is welcome here today, because this is what we need to do. Okay. We're going to have to die today a little bit. Okay. And that means facing some things, you know what I'm saying? Being real honest. So how we're going to start though, I want to start with where we are, which is Pisces. We're going to talk a little bit, give some foundations about Pisces. We're also going to talk about Virgo, of course. You know what I'm saying? Naeem, you want to say something? Okay. We're going to talk about, Virgo, of course, and we're going to talk about Neptune and Mercury, and then we're going to save the North Node, South Node, and 12th house for the end. Okay. That way we end this thing out, and then y'all can take this into ritual. That is my hopes. My hopes is that you open up in this class on certain things, and then when we end, you continue in the space, okay? And you allow it to release, you allow the dust to take over you, you allow the confrontation to happen. Because understand, when you detach from something, that's hard. Because attachment is a bond. It's almost like super glue. You know what I'm saying? That's been there and it's been growing. And year after year after year, that super glue scab gets thicker. It doesn't get thinner. Okay. I was just having this whole conversation with my mom, my brother, and my dad this morning. Today is my dad's birthday. So this is why I'm saying this is really, it's gonna be that day, right? You know what I'm saying? Because my dad's birthday, it's the full moon. My cycle started today, which it was supposed to start, you know what I'm saying, between today and tomorrow. So it ain't late or early, it's on time. But all of this is within purpose, you know what I'm saying? But this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna save it for the end, okay? So hopefully y'all brought y'all charts to class so that I'm going to not spend a lot of time going through the basics, because y'all been with me long enough to know the basics, okay? I wanna go through that so we can get towards the end, because I wanna leave time and space open for us to have fellowship, you know what I'm saying? For us to talk about the feelings and the things that may be coming up for you. So we can do some integration now, you know what I'm saying? This is our ceremony. This is our ayahuasca right here. We've been have this initial journey right now. Okay, so first things first. If y'all see anybody trying to get in the room, please let me know. Because y'all know how it be whenever we switch over to the other side. All right, share screen. Mm-hmm. Hold on, they're locked up. All right. Pisces, basics of Pisces. So we do know we're in this last day, right? So even though it says March 19th, it definitely goes from March 19th to March 20th. You can know exact times when you look at your time passages, right? Time passages give you the exact minutes and seconds of where we are, right? So let's look at it. All right, so current chart, planets, Sun in Pisces at 29.22. All right, so that means we still got some, you know, some degrees left, some little minutes and seconds left, right? So that's what I mean about this being a beautiful portal, because if you look at things like a wheel moving, right, and you're looking at how the start and the end are simultaneously connected together, you leaving out as you coming in. Okay, so we're the last little minutes of that race. So the finish line is right there. Okay, but as soon as we hit that finish line, you don't get to stop. Sorry, you know what I'm saying? You can take a deep breath, take your little swig of water, and get onto that thing, because it's gonna be Aries time. I love that we get a chance to look at our dreams before Mars come in. Look how perfect that is. You know what I'm saying? That's what Pisces is. Pisces is review the dreams. Let's learn how to get back into who you are as far as imagination is concerned, right? Who are you without this physical? You know, that's one of the things about why Pisces is considered suicidal in some ways, you know what I'm saying? Because it's the end, it's Omega. So it will go to the end, because that's where imagination is anyway, right? That's where we really are. So in that space of it, I love that we get a chance to tap into the Neptune space before we get into Aries. So that's what Pisces is. Pisces is Neptune, Pisces is water, Pisces is all things dealing with the feet, okay, toes, also deal with the lymphatic system, meaning that when it comes down to how your body drains, the last exit point to your Pisces energy is your feet. So that's the reason why I told y'all to do some foot reflexology and going to get some foot massages and doing things that target that area, because your exit point to all of your energies out your feet. That's the last point. 12 is the feet. Okay, or end. The end, when I say the finish line is right there, that's your feet I'm talking about. So we want to detox that out, because we're getting ready to start back over, and that energy is going to then go out, radiate from your feet, and go back to your head. So you want to clean. That's why we spring cleaning. That's why y'all have been feeling in the last 24, 48 hours. You can't tell me you haven't been feeling like, oh, I got to move this, get this together, take this out the way. Oh my God, this just feeling overloaded with your space, you know what I'm saying, wanting to clean. That's because your energy knows you need to detox before we start over, okay? That's Pisces' job. Detox before we start over, all right? So the energy, again, is 12th house. The season is early spring or end of winter. You can merge them two together, because this is how it ends. It ends winter, and Aries come in and takes the spring off, okay? The day is Thursday, colors are mauve, soft green, and white. Now, we get into the basics of Virgo, all right? Basic of Virgo, which is the full moon of where we are, right? So what we are feeling is this Virgo energy. Virgo is why y'all been feeling so anal about the house being clean for the last 24, 48 hours, because Virgo is that way, okay? It's the neat freak. Get this together, get the list, break it down. Let's see what we are doing here, right? The whole thing of it is practical, resourceful, it's regenerative. So it deals with the digestive system. So of course it wants it clean. Of course, come on. Why would it want it nasty? It really knows what's really going on in the body when you are really doing that thing, when you are doing the work, another key word, right? Of dealing with Virgo, we're now dealing with how things are broken down inside of us, all right? So it's the small intestines, gallbladder, and nervous system, okay? So meaning whenever Virgo is not in a neat environment, clean, broken down, list by list, it'll start to feel being off in the center. Understand that area I just called out, small intestine, gallbladder, that nervous system, this is the second brain. Okay. When that second brain is off, the whole entire body has a problem eliminating to Pisces. Okay. It's Virgo to Pisces, right? We just said that they are the same. How we know that they are the same? Because every year when we have a full moon during the Pisces season, you can guarantee it's going to be Virgo. It's never going to be any other sign. So if it's never going to be in the sign, what does that mean? They are the same. They are the light and the darkness of each other. So when we're dealing with the sun perspective of Pisces, we're dealing with the darkness of Virgo. Okay. So this is about the dark side of this energy. Dark side meaning what? Time to detox. I'm gonna say it about 5-6 more times in this thing. Time to detox. Why? Because you need the energy of what's getting ready to come in. What's coming in, Gigi? The dreams that we've been talking about, that I've been preaching about since December, saying, hey, this is going to be a season where your dreams coming true. Get the details together. Get the list. Break it down. What are you doing step by step? What are the microcosms of this? How can you see it? Right? All of this is what I was saying is Virgo. Bring the Virgo in. Why? Because if Jupiter is in Pisces and the Pisces energy is saying, hey, I'm here to grant you the dream, the only way you're going to get to it is through Virgo. I'm going to say it again. If you're going to get to your dreams, if your dreams are going to become a reality, the only way you're going to get there is through Virgo. Virgo is the work. Virgo is the darkness of the Pisces. Pisces energy is showing you where you have been attached to things, where you have had addictions, where you have had issues related to certain things. Okay, Pisces hold on to that stuff sometimes, and it becomes a reason to not move. It becomes a reason why you can't do something. You know, I'm tired, I'm drained because I don't got no energy. Really? You don't have no energy? Where's your list? This is how Virgo comes in. Really? You're tired? Oh, well, let's look at your productivity today. How about you show me what you've been doing with your time? Oh, no. This is Pisces. Oh, no. I don't want to show you that. Because, I've been going through some things emotionally and I've been helping this. My cousin called me and told me they really needed me. And so I had to. You hear what I'm saying? These are the ways these energy comes in and play into your vibration. That's their purpose. So today we're dealing with the combination of both of those. We're dealing with your dreams becoming a reality through understanding how you're going to work it. And the way you're going to work it is we're going to go inside and go into part of your Akashic records. We're going to look at, again, your south nodes and north nodes, and we're going to look at the 12th house, and that's going to then illuminate, all right, some of that stuff. And I'm going to use my energy today, meaning I'm going to read myself in these placements, and then that way you guys can do your own self-read, okay, in this space. But again, we'll come on the end, and then you guys can ask me anything you want to ask me too as it relates to your own placements, all right? So let's look at I want to look at Neptune really quick, okay? Or Neptune and Mercury, we can look at both together, all right? Now, Neptune being the ruler of Pisces is associated with higher cause, self-sacrifice, unity, and sympathy, okay? Now, when we're looking at this, we're looking at how the Pisces in Neptune energy functions as a whole on this light side and on this dark side. On this light side, and when it's in balance, when it's doing proper self-care, because that's the theme of Pisces. So one of the other things I want you guys to be evaluating right now in this moment is for the year of 2021. Because 2022 hadn't started yet. I know they told y'all it did. They told you it started in January, but not according to astrologically. Astrologically, we're getting ready to start 2022 in less than 48 hours, okay? That's when it's starting. So I want you to be thinking about the combination of 2021 and how good was your self-care. See, this is the time, it's time to grade ourselves across the board. How good you been in yourself? How, have you been doing your self-care? Have you been eating right and working out? Because you set goals last year, right? Especially if you work with me, you set goals. So how did you do? Did you achieve some of those things? Were you able to get balanced? Are you better emotionally balanced today? Can you say if things happen to you out of nowhere You can go to your chart and say, I know what this is. I'm ready for it. Or are you still in the space where you were 2 years ago talking about the same excuses today? Because that's also a part of your evaluation. You should be evaluating yourself every year on March 19th. Okay, so starting to this year, evaluate yourself. And when I mean evaluate, I mean be honest. Like, come on. Like all this, where I could, when you grade yourself on a scale of 1 to 5, and your number really 2, and you do some shit like 2.5, or you do 3, you ain't a 3. And that ain't gonna help you. Grading yourself unfairly is not going to honestly help you. And this is what I mean about addictions and attachments, which is what Neptune also shows you too, because on its lower self side, when it's not taking care of itself, that self-sacrifice becomes a distraction. We find projects, relationships. We want to now say, okay, we finna help, we want to help them get better. How? Tell me how you gonna help somebody else get better when you cheating yourself? How you gonna do this? So that self-sacrifice is not real. You can only be sacrificial if you are full. And most of us in our Pisces placements are deficient. I can prove it to you by if we just looked at your record. I can prove it. And I'm not just talking to y'all, I'm talking to me too. Okay, so don't feel like, oh, here she go again. Here she go jumping up and down on us. No, I'm jumping up and down on us. Y'all are a reflection of me. So you're not separate from me. So when I'm talking to you, I'm talking to me too. You have to look at how we have been using people as, we say it's self-sacrifice. We're helping them. But what you're really doing is you cheating yourself. Here you go, another year, you're having to go without having this thing that you said you was going to have for yourself. This thing that you said you was going to do. Hold on a minute. Mom? Yeah, but I'm in the class. I'm going to call you as soon as I get out, okay? All right, bye. We have become habits of the people before us. The people before you were the generation of the sacrificial lambs. Their job was to sacrifice. Their job was to not necessarily think for themselves and to think about you, because that's what they did. The generations before us thought about surviving so that you can be here today. That's what their main goal was. They weren't thinking about self-care, and they weren't thinking about making sure they was building businesses and having generational wealth. Some of them were able to break free of it, but the majority of our community was not. So part of the let go is also understanding that in your dreams and you dreaming about what you want, the let go is the issues that you had with the people that came before you. Parents, okay? They are heavy in that energy. What I mean is, when you get into 12th house, you're going to understand that some of that 12th house energy has a lot to do with how you see your family space, meaning what you receive programming wise. And that thing is what you're addicted to. So meaning that if your mama didn't have great self-care, then you don't have great self-care. If your daddy was, always gone and not consistent, then you and your relationships are not consistent. But then you blame it on the other people for not being consistent. But in reality, it's you and your inconsistency in yourself. But you want to keep blaming it on all these other things. This is what I mean about taking the opportunity, instead of blaming the people that you're having relationships with, using it as an opportunity to say, this is a mirror for me right now. This is a mirror reflection to test me on how good I am to myself. And if you blaming somebody else for the experience that you have and then fail, you're failing. But it's okay. Get back up. Let's do it again. You don't get to sit down there and just keep crying. Now, I'll let you cry. I ain't that mean to. I say, get your hands up off the floor. That's how I was raised. But I'm not going to do that to you. See how we can change and expand? See, I'm not that type of mama coach, even though I received that. But you can't stay there. And the reason why you can't stay there is because staying there can also become a distraction. It can become a reason. Okay, so understand that this planet of Neptune is helping you to get into your illusion again, get back into the child space, right? Go back to when things felt good. where things were happy and you didn't have to sacrifice yourself for somebody. You didn't have to put your needs and your desires off, because as a child space, you know that those are already taken care of for you. How about now? Do you know that now? Do you believe that things are automatically taken care of for you? Put that in the chat. Answer, give me that answer in the chat whether or not you believe right now in your space that everything is taken care of for you. Let me open my chat up. Come on. All right. I know. Yeah. You know how I know you are? Because so am I. This is a collective consciousness we in. You hear what I'm saying? But to say that is what I mean, to be completely in your awareness of what Pisces job is, and to be ready to really take on your dream, because part of taking on your dream is believing you can have it. So if you don't believe that everything is afforded to you in this life, because you are the youth, you are the baby, you are the child that is born into this reality that came in with all these gifts. You used to believe that. What happened? Here go the demons. Here go the 12th house shit. Here go the North Node and South Node. What happened to you? What are you still holding on to, telling yourself that you didn't got over it? Or that it's okay, you're fine? Because you ain't. Now we can look at this situation differently so you can be fine. And that is understanding that you came from broken people. But understand that them broken people still made you whole. You're a whole piece. Okay? The reason I say you're a whole piece because you don't have the restrictions that they have, but you still got the vibrational experience. Example, they did this science study, right, where they exposed these mice to, like, I think it was like some type of fruit, like cherries, right? They was just giving them these cherries. On like day 4 or 5, when they gave these mice this cherry, they started spraying them with hard water. So now they started making this experience for these mice difficult. You know what I'm saying? They did it over a series of, let's just say, a month, okay? They would give them cherries sometimes, and then sometimes they would give them cherries with these hard water sprays. So now these mice became conflicted on choosing whether or not to get the cherries or not. These same mice gave birth to offspring. They put these offspring in a separate container from the parents of, the cherry experience. They tried to feed the new offspring cherries, and they ran away from them. Now, what does that mean? How can a new spirit that has never had a cherry a day in his life or hard water spray a day in his life still run from something? How do they know? They wasn't in the cage. They wasn't taught in the cage. Like it would be different if they put the babies in the cage with the parents, and then when the cherries came in there, they saw the parents run it. Then we can say, oh, okay, well, they've learned this behavior from the parents. We can say that logically, but they wasn't raised with the parents. They was raised separately from the parents. They didn't have this experience, but yet and still, they still have the same fears. So understand some of the stuff that you got. You don't even have a reason or a rhyme to it. It's just in you. You operating, you doing it. So some of the experience that you had was because of their childhood experiences. Some things that were taught to them, something that was instinctual based on the generations of DNA being passed down. Survival is what I'm talking about. Okay? So in order for us to escape, a positive word as it relates to Pisces, is to get back into the illusion, get back into your imagination, go back to before these things was even there. You hear what I'm saying? Before they was and you can do that because your spirit, you're not limited to that body. This is another thing that Pisces knows. It's the reason why they'll say, listen, I'll leave about this bitch. I've heard my dad say several times, like, hey, listen, this right here, this could be too much. And the energy is because it's intense at that stage. That's why people do go to drugs and alcohol. It's intense in the 12. Your Pisces is intense. It's water. It's the most intuitive water that you have. And the only way to hone it is to go back into your imagination. Now, the time period of where we are today is about that. And mixed in with that is the communication you're having with yourself. What are you saying to yourself about these experiences? The ones you've had, the ones you haven't, the ones you're supposed to have, the ones you ain't had yet, the ones your friends having and you not, the dreams I'm talking about, the ones that really mean a lot to you. You know what I'm saying? Those is what I'm talking about. Because the other shit, that don't matter. But it's some real hardcore stuff that you've been wanting, and people around you have been able to access that, and you haven't. And what you saying to yourself about it? You don't deserve it. Maybe it ain't gonna ever happen for you. The child doesn't think that way. Imagination doesn't think that way. Imagination is, I am a superhero. I can shoot a mountain from here to Timbuktu. They don't even know if that's a real word. We've lost it in the experience. But it also happened before you. Before you, they lost it in the experience. That's why it was so easy for you to lose it. So the communication is very important. So today is really important on when we are releasing these demons and attachments, that we tell a true story. We got to put in there what we want. That's what draws it. That's what pulls it, is that. Because what you're telling yourself is doing this. When you say, I don't deserve it, or maybe it ain't going to happen for me, or maybe I ain't do something right, or maybe I'm just a bad person. That's some of the stuff I used to ask me. I'm like, what did I do to deserve this? What did I do in my past life? Well, Gigi, I'm glad you asked, because we don't talk about that. But what did I do that caused this energy? Because that's what I was really saying. What I was really saying to myself is, Spirit, help me to explain the feelings that I'm having. I need to know what this is, right? Because if I can explain and have a reason to the experience that I'm having, then maybe I can find the source. And if I can find the source, I can reprogram it, because that's what we're doing. Okay, we're finding source and reprogramming. So Mercury is a part of that reprogram, because it's the planet of communication. So today it is about your reprogram. It's about what you tell yourself. It's not just, oh, I recognize that I got this issue. Okay, you do have an issue, but what do we really desire? Because our parents didn't have an opportunity to say it. They don't have the space to even get to where you are today, to even log into a call and face this. They don't want to hear this. This is uncovering too much. That's what my brother told me today. He was like, listen, we just learned to cope because uncovering is too much. I said, you're right. I said, and you were the last one in the family to do that. And I said, and I appreciate you for it, but it won't happen with me. I won't cope. I choose not to cope, you guys. I don't want a life of coping. It don't look good and it don't feel good. So I'm going to tell a different story to myself, okay? I'm going to reprogram these parts of myself that came from that generation that says, I'm going to just cope through it. That's what I'm going to do. That's what my conversation with my family was today about. Coping versus therapy. My brother don't feel like the family needs therapy because we coping. And to him, coping is acceptance, is what he said today. Coping is not accepting. Listen to me, y'all. If y'all are coping in any area of your life, that is not acceptance. That is a give up. It's a give up. It's not illusion. It's not dreams. It's not imagination. It's, I'm wounded. I'm going to be a wounded person forever. I accept that. Shit. You accept that by yourself? Because I don't. It's not my reality. It was once my experience, but it's not my reality, guys. You hear what I'm saying? In order for us to let this go, recognize that it was an experience at what time in your life, and it had to happen to bring you here. But now that you are here, let's do something with it. That's what the Mercury conversation of Virgo has happened today. That's why you're a little bit irritated. Because Virgo is a little bit, it's a little prissy. You know what I'm saying? This is, I don't like this way. Let me reorganize. Let me clear the way. Let me bring in some feng shui. All these are Virgo energy words, okay? Clearing the energy. So understand that as we get deeper into what we're getting ready to talk about now, which is going to the 12th house perspective, I want you to understand that we're uncovering this because it is about the conversation, okay? It is about what we say. The saying is the programming. The Pisces is saying, hey, this is what you're feeling, this is what it is, but we can get into imagination. And then Virgo says, okay, well, we're going to imaginate. I don't know if that's a real word. If we're going to be in imagination, can we get some paper? Okay, so what are we going to do first? Okay, all right, that looks good. Well, no, I don't like how that will look. That's what the job of these two things to do now, because in order for Aries to come in and say, yay, let's go, Virgo and Pisces has to do this job. It has to do this job of Pisces saying, oh, let it go, I'm done, I'm dead on that part. I ain't bringing that back in. And Virgo says, okay, listen about what we're gonna do now. And Aries like, I got this shit, let's go. This is what we're doing today in this portal of end, okay? Recognizing what needs to be detached, putting in a new conversation, and it's gonna be go time. You hear me? It's gonna be go time on Monday, Sunday, Monday. Let's go. Ain't no excuses. You done let it go. 2021, you use that last opportunity to use people, places, and things for your barriers, because Jupiter is still in Pisces. This is still opportunity time, right? So this is what we're doing collectively. All right. Now, let's get into 12th house. It seems like the screen gets so small when I get on here. Where are you? Hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. Here we go. All right. So 12th house in astrology. I just want y'all to spend some time looking at this. I'm going to read it to y'all anyway. 12th house in astrology, mental illness, addictions, escapism. Fall into the 12th house because, like those spending time in the ethers, receiving messages from the collective or whatever, the soul is going off somewhere else. Meaning 12th house dominant charts will also include more earth elements, blah, 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 blah. Collective consciousness, Akashic records, or however you define the recordings of all human experiences, accessible here through meditation, okay? So this is a space I want you guys to home in on for the 12th. So I want everybody to type in what your 12th house sign is, okay? Type that in for me. And I'm gonna go back and pull up my other chart that had the 12th house energies in them. All right. 12th house. What's your 12th house sign? Mine is Cancer. I got Cancer in the 12th. All right. As a matter of fact, my Jupiter is in Cancer in the 12th. Y'all see? Do y'all want me to say it again? Because I told you I'm gonna use myself, right? Jupiter in Cancer in the 12th. All right. Now, understand, and I'll go back to the other little chart I just had open too. And put that one here. All right. So basically it's just letting you know this is our darkest space. It's one of the darkest space. The 8th house is a dark space too, but I like 8th house because it's sexy. Okay. At least it's got some little sexiness to it. I can really, 12th house ain't sexy. Okay. It's that ugly butt cry. It's that nobody loves me. I'm all alone. It's that energy, okay? But the reason why is because all of your family shit is in your 12th house, okay? Like just how y'all act, who y'all are, how y'all be, you know what I'm saying? It's in 12th house, is how you carry that energy. Let's use me for example, all right? 12th house Cancer. We know Cancer energy is mother. We know it's nurturing, okay? So I tell y'all don't work with me, so y'all know anywhere that Cancer is, that's where mama is, right? So 12th house, having 12th house Cancer automatically says I'm gonna have some mama struggles. Oh, and guess what I did? I had mama struggles most of my life. Still repairing that today. But guess who else had mama struggles? My mama. And guess who finally got the full story of this just a year ago? I found out when my mama decided to have sex with my daddy for the first time, you know, she did it in my grandmama's house. And my grandmama wasn't there. And my grandmama came home and caught them, and she put my mama out. And my mama has never been back in my grandmama's house since then. And that caused a rift between my mom and my grandma. And it made and I know my mama was a little harlot. I know she was. I mean, I know she was, because she's from me. This is the G here, you know. So I know she was a little, you know, thinking because my daddy is 7 years older than my mama. My mama was 17 when this happened. So how old was my daddy, y'all? So if you had a daughter that was 17 and there was a man in your house with your 17-year-old daughter, tell me what you would do. Freak out? That's what you would do. Because so I understand where my grandmama was coming from, but I also understand that my grandmama didn't have the tools to understand that we got some high sex juju, grandma, in this family. We're gonna have to talk. We can't hide this thing. Woman, you got 12 children. Come on. Your second born child has 12 children. Y'all was pregnant together a few of them times. So if we look at what's really going on, there has been a friction between, and I'm pretty sure my grandmama also had this with my great grandmama. It's been in the bloodline up until me. I can see it. It's thick and it's strong. And it's turbulent too. It's one of them, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll fight you kind is what we got. You hear what I'm saying? And I recognize it and diffuse it because I don't want to ever have to put my hands on my daughter. Do you hear me? I think about the future. I don't want to have to do that, but I felt that sometimes. I can honestly say on this call today, I have felt in times where I wanted to put my hands on my mama. Do you hear me? And because of that space, why? Why do I feel this way? She never did nothing that bad to me, to where, I mean, besides trying to teach me some things, but it was so strong because it's been strong generationally. It's a demon. It's been a dark side. All right. So this whole thing about sex and men in my bloodline and all this kind of stuff, and that's a thing, man. It's a thing. This sex energy being diffused is a thing. They didn't have the proper education about it. So me and my mother was guaranteed to feud and fight, to the point to where even when we talk today, we are not 100, but I be damned if I even showed y'all videos of where we was 5 years ago, you wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't even believe it. But that's because I refuse to give up on London. See, everybody want to think about this thing. You keep thinking about your child. You think about this right here, but you're not thinking about the children that you're creating from your body versus spirit or whatever. You're creating entities from your energy every time you engage with this mothering thing that is about your mothering. For me, I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about mine. This is 12th house Cancer. You feel what I'm saying? So for me, this has been my thing. And if I don't let this go, then it's going to keep duplicating, and everything that keeps happening is going to continue to happen. For example, my daughter, when it was time for her to have her experience, we talked about it. Of course, I ain't finna have her out here in the streets. You can't be one of my children, no stuff. So I'm sharing everything with her. When it was her time to have the experience, she had it in my house. But afterwards, she didn't get kicked out. She sat down and we had a conversation. How are you feeling? Are you okay? Do you go take a bath? You know what I'm saying? Making sure you cleanse your energy, get your body back stable. She had integration with her experience. Don't tell me I didn't break the karma right then. That was part of it. Boom, unlocked. My grandmama did not know how to deal with it. I did. I know how to deal with it because it's our sexual energy. And I'm glad she had the experience with me where she can be safe in that, because I didn't have that. My mama didn't have that. My grandmama didn't have that. My great grandmama didn't have that. My great grandmama was probably raped, so I know she didn't damn sure didn't have it. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? 12th house, what you got in the 12th house exposes some of the demons in the bloodline. What's going on? That's what it's showing. So let me take it down so y'all can tell me what y'all 12th house is. Everybody tell me what the 12th house is. Come on. Let's get into this thing a little bit. What we got in the 12th? I don't know where we stopped and started. So because it kind of went on in. So if y'all can put like a 12 behind it or something. So I know.
my 12, I think that's everybody's on there. My 12th is Leo.
Leo, okay. All right. Sag 12. Okay. Leo. And so Courtney, I'm assuming that yours is Cap 2, right? And 12. All right, perfect. Well, we know what is the story of what's the story of Leo? Courage. No longer being in hiding. The heart, right? Healing the heart. Understanding that it's time to put the message out. You know what I'm saying? The message has been in hiding. The creativity message has been in hiding. You know what I'm saying? This is what we got. This is what we're dealing with. Sagittarius, you know what I'm saying? Teacher and student. How we bring in this learning that we are accumulating and how we sharing it. Where has the family been hiding on doing what it knows it needs to do? You know what I'm saying? This is all we're looking at family, right? But you're also looking at whatever experience you got there, how you're looking at the family dynamics. See, for me, counseling 12, I feel like I had to save my family. I felt like I lacked my own nurturing to nurture them, to save them. You feel what I'm saying? Leo is wanting the approval from the family. Okay. Sagittarius is, well, let me hold the values of the family. And, I'm trying to do me, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's similar to Gemini when it's in the 12th. It's back and forth. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Aquarius in the 12th. Air 2 is just like, I'm just going to escape from it all. I'm just boom. I'm not even here. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to my family, I don't even see them. I'm just, oh. You know what I'm saying? Understand our expressions. And the 12th is also what the family has been dealing with, though. You feel what I'm saying? That's what the 12th house family energy is. My family is my mama's thing was trying to save her family. Guarantee, this is how I can prove it. My mother was the 4th born child of my grandmother. Okay. The girls before my mom all had married off and left. My grandmother, I told you, I had 10 children. So she continued to have kids. After my mama, she had 6 more, but all the older ones was gone. Who was at the house helping raise the other 6 kids? My mama. That was her trying to save my grandmama, my Gemini grandmama, who was out trying to be a nurse and trying to do her own thing. My granddaddy out drinking. He no longer in that there he wanted to come home and work, and then he left the family early. So that whole experience was her saving the family, sacrificing herself to the point to where she had to leave my grandmama's house at 17, and she started her family really early before she even knew herself. She didn't have a chance to grow up. She never did. She became a child who helped my grandmother to raise children. And then she got married to my daddy, who was 7 years older than her, which I would never recommend, because during that time period, they just had values and stuff that was just a little bit hard. When I hear what he wanted from my mom, I'm like, wait a minute. Do you know you pretty much got a child when you married her? Because I don't think you recognize that you got her from the house where her mama put her out of. You understand? I had to make him see some things too, because through his own traumas and what he was told as a man that was okay, that they would be ready. How is a 17-year-old ready for this? I can't blame her for this no more, y'all. That sucks. So I'm letting it go. Done. Disconnected. Release that energy. It's done. I'm ready to shift on into self-care. The theme of any water sign in your 12th house. Okay. Anything that's dealing with air, creativity in the 12th. That's how you get detached. Creativity. Okay. You got earth in the 12th, detach, ground yourself. Okay. That means get into the things that you know you need to do business. Okay. Fire energy, same thing. Detach and get into the space of making the moves. Fire is moving. Air is creative. Water is self-care and nurturing. Earth is, I'm here. So whatever you got in the 12th, detach from the programs of what you've been going through in the 12th house and get into the energy of it. That's how you're going to move it. Okay. Now, last position. these nodes, okay? And I'm gonna put some stuff in the group too. We're gonna have this whole week is gonna be about south nodes and north nodes, right? Because I also want to segue north nodes and how we can apply that to our first house and how they can also help help shoot off some more energy and how you initiate a lot of things. All right. So north nodes, south nodes. Anytime we're talking about, and let's just focus on south node. Don't even think about north node right now, okay? Because you'll get distracted with north node, like ooh, my ass. South node, okay? This is where we are. This is what we're gonna focus on. South node has a lot to do with past life. It is the stagnancy that 12th house rides on, okay? It helps you to unlock and unfree when you can really see that what's in the south node also has a lot to do with the amount of energy you have from the previous life. Okay. What I mean is, if you look at south nodes as what sign energy you comprised of the most from last life, then it makes it easier for you to understand how you need to assess the north node. Okay. So meaning, for example, my south node is Pisces. Well, I'll tell you about that thing now. Okay. So past life. Now, whether or not I look at that as my direct energy from me, or whether or not I look at that from my daddy's perspective, he's also part of my past life, or whether or not I look at that from some of the energy I'm still carrying now, moon in Pisces, Mars in Pisces, all those things in the 8th house. Whoo. See, when you start to know how these languages connect, that right there is telling me some real deep stuff about my past life. I can see that clearly how those things connect. So what you got in the south node now is also added to the heavy energy as it relates to that 12th house. So write what you got, type out what you got in your south node.
Gigi, I'm looking at my chart and I only see my north node and not my south node. I don't know.
So your south node is your polar opposite to your north node. So what's your north node?
Taurus.
So your south node is Scorpio.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Which is change and transformation, okay? Which is a lot of energy in dealing with maybe the fears, okay? Understand, when you look at south node, and if you want to look at what you need to clear up karma-wise, look at the negative connotation or the negative sides of your sign in the south node. So for you, look at the dark sides of Scorpio. What is Scorpio when it's not balanced? It's very fearful, okay? Don't want to make no moves because it's scared. What if it makes the wrong move? What if it messes up? You know what I'm saying? Scorpio is also hidden secrets, not telling, all the truth as it relates to certain things. You know what I'm saying? Scorpio is other people's money. You know what I'm saying? And investments in certain types of ways, insurance, right? So like if I was going a little bit deeper into your records, I was like, hey, what happened to that insurance money? Some insurance money somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You're like, wait a minute, what insurance money? Some secrets, some stuff in that south node. This is what I mean. It's always got some shadow sides. For me, Pisces, that's drugs, that's alcoholism. Both my grandfathers were alcoholics. Okay, they transitioned being alcoholics. All right, so I know alcoholism is a real heavy thing, south node, in my past life too. When I in this life, I remember watching Sugar Hill, the movie with Wesley Snipes in it, when I was probably like in the 9th grade. I was over at a friend's house and I was watching it. And the beginning scene where the mother is shooting up and she was forcing him to help her tie the tourniquet or whatever. As I was watching it, I started to projectile vomit at my friend's house, to the point I had to run outside to continue. Weirdest shit ever. Everybody like, what's wrong? What happened? I'm like, I don't know. I've never seen anything like this before. I don't know if it maybe just, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't stand it. I don't know. I had a dream, many years later after that, on one of my journeys, and I saw one of my past lives as a singer and how I used to be just so in love with these musicians. Y'all, I was running their ass too, man. I was having a good ass time. But I was also an alcoholic and a drug addict. And I ended my life and my singing career. This was in my 30s and 40s, 1930s and 1940s. I ended my career early then. No children, no money, no nothing. I died alone and sad and those things, okay, that comes along with that. That's very much Pisces. That's Pisces, baby. That's some good Pisces stuff. Having fun and singing, being on the stage and drinking and, you know, doing drugs and escaping the fact that my family don't think that I'm a piece of nothing. They think I'm worthless and a piece of shit. They think I ain't never been nothing, ain't gonna ever be nothing. We're fine. Then I'll just be out here in the streets with my little means and then drinking my little hooch. You can access your records. It's open to you to access it. All you gotta do is ask for it. You know where it is now. You know it's Scorpio, Naima. I don't know what everybody else is. Let me go and look real quick. All right. So come first at Virgo South. All right. Leo South, Cancer South. Okay, let's say correction, Aquarius South. All right. So we know Aquarius South is also escapism, man, on high regard. Like, you know what I'm saying? So hold on. You got Aquarius South and Aquarius in the 12.
Yes, ma'am. And because you know me, you know.
If you ain't a motherfucking escaper of escapes, I'm never ever gonna do it. The air. Yes, of course I do. But I think that right there, wherever you see South Nodes in your 12th house, y'all, I want y'all to see this as a gift and an opportunity, because the North Node is the blessing, right? The North Node is what's going to pull you out. And the North Node is, if you want to know the fastest way to clear your karma and to get into where you need to be right now, if you just deleted everything on your chart and say, I ain't doing shit else, but one aspect, do your North Node. Just be your North Node. Be the sign of whatever your North Node is. Because if you do that, it's going to give you all foundation and all the energy that you need, that you lacked last life, that you and your entire generations lack too, though, not just you, everybody that's connected to you. Okay? Pisces South, Virgo North, Virgo in my second house, money. Okay, stability. Everything that I need is existing on that. Oh, let me double it down. Let me put some extra on it. Saturn in Virgo in the second too. So now you mean I gotta be structured with this shit? So now I gotta be, now to do my North Node, I gotta do Saturn and North Node in the second. Oh, that's a beautiful gift to me. You look at it as a beautiful gift because it's been your problem. Your biggest problem has been that. Your South Node, your dark sides of your energy of what you got in the South Node has been your problem. What you got in the 12th house, how you've been accessing that has been your problems. Not these other Mercury and they do lend to it. Your moon, your Mercury, those things lend heavily to it. But I'm talking about generational now. That's what Pisces hold. Pisces is the end, right? It's 12. So that means it's been picking up stuff. First house, second house, third house, fourth. And it's been coming along. First generation, second generation, third generation, fourth generation. First life, second life, third life. Add it up however you need to add it up. But when you get to the end, which is Pisces at the 12th, it's everything combined. So this is where you got to look at what your addictions are. Because whatever your addiction is, if it's food, if it's alcohol, if it's weed, if it's sex, whatever it is, guess what? The family also had it. That's why you got it. No, you weren't in the cage with them. You was put in a separate cage, but you still felt it. You still got the energy. So it's working with the energy. Before you, they didn't know how to work with it. Before you, it became a barrier, something that they were told that they could not have or access. That's why to this day, I told my parents when we was talking the other day, they've been talking about books for years, writing a book. And I'm like, where is this book? Well, I don't know. I know, because during your time period, when you first thought about this book, you couldn't even fathom it as a Black man and a Black woman. Doing a book, publishing, You couldn't fathom that. And even though you knew it was a few Black authors out there that they had access to, for you to do it was unfathomable because of where you came from. So I told them, I said, y'all no longer there anymore. I said, you can literally do and be anything you want to be. And I'm saying that to y'all. We can do and be anything. You ain't ever gonna have this time again. Let me be honest with you. This time right here, you're not gonna have it again. This right here is the beautiful time. And this right here is going to determine whether or not this gets better for you or if this gets worse for you. Because the world, most of the world, they finna go the other way. They're not going this way, y'all. They not tapped into this. They are programming and they don't even know how to get out of the program. And a lot of them don't want the responsibility of getting out of it no way. That's what the Matrix Dropout was about. Y'all look at energy. Your ancestors are talking to y'all in way more ways than you know. Way more ways because they need you now. Now is the time. I don't know if y'all saw Turning Red. Did y'all see me post about that? I want to have a whole class about this shit. Do y'all hear me? A whole.
So good.
I want to have a whole class about it. Do you hear me? Because it was so. Naeem, have you seen it? You haven't seen it yet? Oh, you have seen it.
I watched it on Friday when it came. Whew, so many things. So many things.
If I can just snapshot one part, just one, when she decided to keep it and how her ancestors was so elated that she was the one that decided to embody it. Come on. Listen, they talking to you, man. They giving you all the answers and all the tools. Why are we walking around here like we don't know shit and why are we doing this? I'm tired. Listen, I'm getting ready to go to Mexico and I'm gonna live it up. Do you hear me? Because at this point, I only want access to those who want access to themselves. That's it. You got access to you, we're gonna rock this thing out. But if you keep fucking denying you, and this is me included and everybody in the world, when we keep denying ourselves, we are setting a separation. We're creating a separation. Because there's a difference between your demons, going back to what we were just talking about, okay? You see whose was the biggest. Whose was the biggest? The mamas. Listen, it's a big thing you was passed down to now. It's a big one because it's a combination. She collected all of that. And guess who got it? You do. But you can pass a kitty test. You can pass it. You could do these little small things, to your parents that were like mountains. And to you, it's like flicking a little flea off you. Why? Because you are the combination. You are the ancestor. See, that's what that was. That rejoicing at the end was because grandma, she knew. Listen, even though I'm gonna do something ain't nobody ever did before, and this is gonna kill me, watch what my babies do. Watch what they do when they come through. They're gonna learn how to not just use this as a protection, they're gonna use it as a protection and a gift. They're gonna be out here flossing with that shit, taking pictures. Look at me. They're gonna know how to embody and not be afraid of it and not be scared of this power. We're afraid of our power. You're afraid of who you are. I have been afraid of who I am supposed to be. No longer. I'm coming out all the way to it. So if you're riding with me, you coming out too. I'm gonna pull your ass right on out. I'm gonna look at you like, what you doing? You better come on here. Let's go. Because it's that time. Because after this, again, we got about 3 years, y'all, to really lock some stuff in. And after that, the rule and the control of the new reign of things is going to be in place. If you already got your shit together, you're going to be fine. Whoever ain't got their shit together, you're going to be in more anxiety and more stress than you've ever been in your life. This is why Jupiter is in Pisces saying, hey, let it go so you can have it all. Because now is your have it all moment. Now is the time for you to let Pisces give it to you by saying reconnect to what you know you're supposed to have. Stop harboring on the stuff that you don't. Because if you keep thinking about what you don't, that's what's in the South. That's what's in the 12th. That's what the demons are. That's what you keep conjuring. You're conjuring the demons. Whatever you got in the 12th, when you get to that space where you are not ready to let that go, you are conjuring those things. You hear what I'm saying? North Node, soul purpose, karmic path, purpose. Look at what's in the North Node. Expansion means what? What does that word expansion mean? What planet rules that word expansion? Jupiter. So now this is saying, I know where we just came from, South Node, where I know what we may have been attempting to master, where our stagnancy may have been, but this is about living a good life. This is the future. This is the unknown. Time to put it in place. South Node and North Node is a good message. You know what I'm saying? We got to talk about this more. So we're going to spend this whole week talking about it. I want you guys, again, to use it today, though. Use it today like you've never used your energy before as it relates to studying, okay? Study that 12th house. Study the energy that you got going on as it relates to this Pisces Virgo dynamic in your chart, and use this last 36 hours to really go ahead and detach from your addictions. Your addictions are not yours. They're the bloodline. Your addictions are not yours. They belong to the bloodline. They belong to the coping mechanism. You want to cope? Keep on. You want to heal? You want therapy? You want to boss this up? That's what I mean about detaching from your addictions and detaching from your addictions. Letting it go. You need to free up. You need different types of things, okay? Y'all got it? All right, let's get into some chatting. Okay, let's just woosah the thing. I'm grateful for the message that came through prior to class, because it lets me know where I need to go and look for, or where I can go and look for myself and see myself. You know what I'm saying? It showed me this Billie Holiday thing. Because remember, I just told y'all my South Node, when I went into my dream, I saw where I was like, oh, all the men and music and drugs and alcohol. What, don't that sound kind of Billie Holiday-ish? I ain't saying that I'm her. I'm saying I had a life of this. Something about this is tying us together. I don't know why she keeps showing up. She showed up when I was in 4th grade, when my teacher chose who we was going to be for Black History. And this is what she gave me. Now, everybody knew I can sing. I've been singing since I was a little girl. So the whole city knew I can sing. So they always would put me conveniently in spaces where I had to sing stuff and, do little songs. So I just thought it was because, Billie Holiday is a singer. Well, I'm finding out today on this call on March 19th, on 2022, that me and this woman and Diana Ross, who's also an Aries, got some South Node karma shit tied in together. We got some past life energy to clear up. So I don't have to guess again what I was doing in my past life is showing up for me, because I'm requesting the energy to be unlocked as it relates to that. The other side of it is my uncle, who is, are you fucking shitting me, Leslie? I didn't even know that.
April 7th.
Billie Holiday is Aries too. All right, Billie. Well, listen, we're going to have this conversation tonight, baby. You ain't got to worry about that. You ain't got to keep calling me. I can hear you loud. I'm here with you. You understand? But one of the things, too, about music in my family, and I've shared it with y'all so y'all know, there has been a block in success with music in my family. Meaning, right, 2 days after my brother and the day of my best friend. Hey, I can handle it. I'm ready for it. Bring it on. Let's do this shit. It's almost every season. You trying to give me a message right before we fucking shoot off? Let's go. I'm in there. You know what I'm saying? There has been a musical block within my family. When my uncle, before he transitioned, and both of them transitioned in this month, okay? My youngest uncle, his birthday is March 23rd, he transitioned. As a matter of fact, he transitioned yesterday. The 17th was his day. So today is 19th, so 2 days ago. My other uncle transitioned exactly 30 days after him. He was the one that got the farthest in music. Right before he left, I went home, and we went home for some type of sale. I don't remember what it was, but we went home, and he was sitting outside, and he's like, come here, sit down. So what you want? You know, because he's one of my favorite on my daddy's side. So what you want? He's a Scorpio too. He's like, listen, he said, I you know, your mom and them been telling me about you, you know, you're doing real good on this social media thing and stuff. And, you know, I really need, you know, I want you to, you know, help me find somebody to help us to produce this gospel album. I really want us to do a family album. Everybody in my family sings, y'all, on both sides, both of them. So if I got my family together, y'all, and we all sung, it would lay the entire room out, because we naturally speak, you know, sing in harmony. This is our thing. But it's been a block because there's been drug and alcohol abuse. There's been the demons that's been blocking and stopping it. So before he transitioned, he was like, I really want to do this. But I was such in a space in my life, I heard him, but I was like, all right, we'll do it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's been my thing for music too. It's like, I'm gonna put it on the back burner, I'll come back to it. This whole thing with this music and not getting that out is also a part of the South Node demon thing for me. Even the me killing myself and, you know, going through that experience in my past life and me watching my family members go through these things. I know that part of the demon is also not getting the gift out, not being able to relieve it. You know what I'm saying? So like he was saying, and I felt like he was saying to me, please, let's do this before I die. And we did it. And we didn't do it because I didn't think about him dying. That wasn't in my mind. So now it's something that I feel like he's a part of the force that hunts me and sit on top of me with his Scorpio ass to make me transition, because Scorpio don't care to hunt you or it'll rile your ass all day, because it's like, you know, spooky is fine. We can still use that. But he's part of the energy that whenever I get into spaces where I'm not singing, I feel the energy just hit me, where I have to stop what I'm doing and go and get it and record and do some stuff. And then it satisfies and I can go back and do something else. This is where we are. This is the energy of where we are. So for me, I can no longer not sing. So now this new level for me is incorporating my love of astrology and music. I want to do them both together. I want to have classes where I'm playing my guitar and singing, and then now we stop and we talk about these aspects. So now I can use the vibrational healing along with this too. I gotta combine them, because if I don't combine them, I'm gonna die. Meaning I'm not gonna be able to breathe and live, because doing just one side of me ain't enough. I'm suffocating. So is my family, suffocating in our gift. That's what anxiety feels like. Suffocation in your gifts. It's been going on for a long time. So you are the combination of the suffocation. That's why I feel so tight and so full of pressure. But it's necessary. The water is necessary. The energy of it is necessary. So use this feeling that you're in and say no more. How about that? Just, I ain't doing it no more. I don't want to do it. So we're going to do something different. And we're just going to do something different. And doing something different looks like, let's ride our North Node a little bit. Let's become more North Node this year. Let's set that goal collectively to each other. Let's be more North. Let's be more in that and process that and see how that feels for us and see if we don't get out of some of these blocks a little bit more. Okay? Oh, did you? Well, thank you, Comfort, adding on to it. I like how y'all be conjuring stuff for me too. But no, you're hearing what I'm recognizing is when I opened the door and said, and told my ancestors, I want y'all to give me everything that y'all didn't use. Whatever you felt like you couldn't use because you were scared, it was impossible, the dreams were not there. Let me have it. Hit me with it. And I recognized since that point that my radar is getting bigger. People is now reaching out to me more. Come do this for me. Can you come do this podcast? Platforms that it may take some other people a longer time to really get through these channels or whatever. They're happening, and sometimes I don't even know how they're happening because I know this is the energy that they didn't use. So it has to happen. So I'm popping up on TV screens and radio stations and boom, 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 because it's all the energy that they didn't get a chance to use. And along with that, people are now starting to hear and see things from me. For example, one of my clients, she sent me a message yesterday. She's over in Egypt right now. And she sent me a message and she was like, what do you want for your birthday? And I was like, girl, I want to be in Mexico eating mangoes and slurping some shit. That's what I want. She was like, come on, but just tell me some stuff. I really want to send you something. She was like, because I see your clients just spoiling you all the time. Really? This is what you, okay. This is what I mean about the channels. So I'm not surprised, Comfort, that you're hearing about a Healing Frequency album, because this is what's going on now, meaning that the floodgates is opening. And so now y'all are picking up stuff too, because we're connected now. You're picking it up. So you'll get a little glimpse of like, boom, I see Gigi doing this. Or boom, did I see? Yeah, that's the channels open. And you're in there too. So trust me, while you over there seeing stuff for me, I see stuff for your ass too. You ain't the only one seeing stuff. Know that we are collectively receiving, baby. You understand me? I know. You weren't expecting that. Can't wait to get my package, ma'am. I need my package so I can go ahead and do what I need to do on my side. Y'all are not escaping from this evil. Y'all keep coming in here for these classes. Y'all keep signing up for shit, lessons and classes and readings and stuff. You know that this is you. You know that that's what this is. So the more I'm talking to myself, know that come on, bring your ass on with me. Let's go. So the floor is open. Anybody got anything you want to share, ask, or anything? Let's come on up off of that, turn that video on. You too, Courtney. And Comfort, if you're in a place where you can turn them the doggone cameras on.
Can't see me now?
No, I see the world over there. Hey.
Now?
So I can see. Yeah, now I can see you. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Y'all over there in the shadows, and y'all over there in them south nodes. Get your ass up out of the south nodes.
Well, then tell me how to be more north. Tell me how to be more Leo.
Girl, you already know how to be more Leo. That throat neck you just did. There you go, dramatics. Oh my God. I'm just so amazing. It's beautiful all the time. You like me, don't you? You know you like me. You want it. Come and get it. It's just being extra and dramatic and not giving a fuck. You know who I like to use when I think about North Node and Leo? And a lot of people don't like this when I say, they're like, really? I'm like, yeah. And it's a reason for that. Soldier Boy. Anytime I talk about a Leo energy who is like extra as hell, but we didn't went from laughing at this nigga to believing him, it's Soldier Boy. Every time it comes up to somebody saying, well, I was the first person to fly a plane. People like, nope, Soldier Boy was the first person to do that. As funny as it is, look how his name is out here. Look at what this boy has been able to do. He is a YouTube sensation. Ain't nobody give him no leg up. He did that shit himself. And he continuously doing it, no matter how much they keep talking about him, because the Leo is going to receive that. People are going to say shit about you. I remember I walked into a clubhouse room, right? And I'm sitting there, I ain't talking. And they in there, they going in about Leo risings, y'all. I mean, they talking mad shit about how they ain't shit. And to the point I was just like, should I say something? And Spirit was like, no, sit and listen and observe. Because that ain't got shit to do with you. They're talking about their own Leo energy inside of them. This is where they lack courage. This is where they are fucking afraid to come on out and be extra and dramatic. That's why they calling it out. So I sat there and listened. And then when they got done, then I raised my hand to go on the stage. And then when I got on the stage, I ain't even say nothing. And then one of the girls on there said, oop, she got a Leo rising. She just said like that, oop, she got a Leo rising. And then she was down there the whole time. I said, yeah, I was down there the whole time. I said, but I don't say nothing that's personal. I said, because I know y'all ain't talking to me directly. Y'all don't know me. Went back on mute. I don't give a fuck about what they say no more. I used to harbor over that, man. Because I'd be like, what did I do? All I did was show up. And you got a problem with me? Well, let me tone my shine down. Didn't work. People still saw it. They still called it out. So you got to be comfortable with being seen, Leslie. You got to be comfortable with being seen. North know that shit. Trust me, I ain't, I'm gonna tell you something. Virgo has been one of my problems, okay, in my life. The Virgo energy in me, I'm not too keen with that shit. So I ain't too happy about being a North Node Virgo. I don't want to be that picky. I don't have to do like that. I don't have to be that neat and shit and listy. I do a list once a month. Being a Virgo North Node, that's every day. That's just, you don't make a move without a list. Why? Because you need to clearly see what's happening and you know where your time is being used wisely. So we can break this thing down properly. I'm not gonna like it. Listen, they just be you Leo and Virgo. You talking what you talking about? Because that Leo part of me don't want to do that shit. We don't want to do that. We want to go and play. We want to look, see this right here? Let me show you. You see this right here? This is a fluffy skirt. I want to play right motherfucking now. Do you understand me? It's in me all the time. But not Virgo. Virgo ain't playing. It's like, play. Is the room clean? Is your hands clean? Did you wash your ass today? Did you wash the house today? I ain't gonna like it, but I'm gonna love it. You hear what I'm saying? I'm gonna learn how to embody it because it's necessary. It's important. Any questions? Come on. Say talk to me.
This is a more specific thing, but every time you talk about Pisces, it just feels like too much. It's too much. And then when we in our coaching sessions, you be like, I think you need a man with Pisces energy. And the shit just, it's too much, Gigi. I don't know why I would need that in my life. I don't.
Because obviously too much is the problem.
I'm an Aquarius, Virgo, but also my Venus is an Aquarius.
She Virgo. she Virgo with a sprinkle, with that Aquarius sprinkled in there. That Aquarius gonna show up now. It ain't gonna be hidden, but yeah, that Virgo was in there.
All right.
It would be good.
I just want to say that.
It's okay.
I be in my little struggle sometimes. Like,
Listen,
what is she talking about?
Imagine if you had a Pisces moon.
All right, I'll go back.
You want that? You want to trade? You want to give me you want my Pisces? You want to feel what too much really is? Because you trust me, whatever the sprinkles is you dealing with, it ain't got shit to do with this doggone Pisces moon, which is stupid. Okay. It's stupid. It's one of the most stupid placements you can ever have. People hate it. Anytime you see an astrologist, it's very few astrologists that you will go to that'll be like, oh, that's such a beautiful thing. Most of the intuitive ones will. They'd be like, oh my God, that is, are you a reader? Are you using something like, yeah. But anybody else, they'd be like, damn, man. That's what they say. They like, damn. Like, what? Damn, what you mean? That's not what I need to hear. You know what? Fuck y'all. I'm not letting y'all read me no more. I'm gonna read myself because y'all not doing this right. Y'all making me feel like I ain't gonna ever, I'm gonna be around here just like always giving myself away. No, I'm not. I'm gonna learn this system and I'm gonna do better with it. Do you hear me? So you can have my Pisces moon anytime you want, Naima. I will gladly let you borrow it. Come on. Any questions? Comfort?
Man, I know. I mean, this was just so good, per usual. I swear to God. No, I mean, this Pisces season for me, I've been like the very beginning, I got sober. Like I had been under these illusions as it pertains to relationships with people, where I was hanging out or entertaining men who wanted the opposite of my desires, of my dreams. I was hanging out where my dreams wouldn't be fulfilled. And Pisces was like, yeah, we got to stop that. You need to like completely cut yourself off to that and think solely about what you want and turn your attention towards that. And so as we've gotten to the end of Pisces season, it's about actually, I have a North Node in Pisces. So for me, it's about now going back and balancing that North Node and South Node energy by putting the details behind the dream.
Yep.
You know, and so especially for me, as I walk, I have a stellium in the first house. So walking into Aries season, I have to get my details together in order for me to even be able to initiate when I get to that first house. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And then, yeah, so it's interesting you opened up talking about ayahuasca, because tomorrow I'm having, so, you know, I started growing my own mushrooms and holding space for people.
Tell us about this more. What have you been doing? What have you been doing? We slowing shit down. You just said that you sobered up on the beginning of this month. So what I heard was, oh, I'm ready. I've been doing the work. So fucking tell us what the fuck you doing.
Well, I've been working, and no, I really did get a lot done this month. I have ordered products for my business. I have gotten packaging together. I got, you know,
what business?
So my fifth house Venus is one of my brands where it's focused on like sexual expression, creativity, having the courage to truly show yourself to yourself, right? To feel the love you have for yourself, the love you give to other people, to feel it and exist in that space for yourself. And a part of that for me is also the journey of the mushroom, because my first experience, I got to take the veil that had been separating me from who I really am. It got lifted and I could feel and see myself. I could feel and see myself as being seen, and I want to provide that experience to other people. And so tomorrow is going to be my first time taking the journey that I will provide to other people. And so like I had been putting off for so long writing down the ceremony. And so when I get off of this call, you know, like I have to write it down because I'm going to do it tomorrow regardless, but I got to write down every step of the journey, what to expect, and then lay that foundation for myself to take my own course, if that makes sense to you.
Of course.
Because as we walk into Aries season, I'm gonna really step up and really put myself more out there, you know, and be brave, right? And really pioneer my own way. Because I'm a Taurus sun. So when I get to Taurus season, bitch, I get sleepy and hungry. So I got to.
But no. You get hungry. You get hungry and want to relax out and chill. That's what you want to do.
Girl. So I got to utilize the energy while I got it. Okay. And because come that Taurus and that Gemini, I don't know where I'm going to be. But this was just really grounding for me. Yeah, thank you all.
Yeah, thank you for sharing it. I know I put you on Front Street, but trust me, everybody that's looking at you, they shaking right now because they just don't know that I just may say, hey, what you sharing with people? What are we doing? What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? So it's okay. Trust me, their time is coming. So it may be a little shaky, but yes, ma'am, because as soon as you go ahead and put that thing out there, like I tell everybody, I'm blowing it up. I'm gonna tell everybody. So y'all already know, don't come to me with your dreams and shit, because I'm gonna tell everybody. Even when you over there in the corner don't want to tell nobody, guess who's gonna be the one that posts and tag your ass with a picture? Me. I'm that person. Ask Leslie. It happened to her. It happened to her on her. She didn't want to launch her shit. She did not want to launch it. And I launched it for her. I said, oh, you having a launch problem? Oh, but y'all, guess who launched their whispering eye pocket there? This is the site. This is every go to it. I'm going to do it every time. You know why? Because that's what I expect in return. That's what I expect for the way that we love. That's what you want to do. You got to support. You got to show you in this, right? And we're in this thing together. So don't come to me with nothing. Because I'm be like, oh, that's good. Oh, I like this. Hey, y'all come over here and look. That's me. Hey, come here, everybody. All million of you. Come here. Look at this. Y'all like, no, my ass. Put your hands down. Because this is what it is. So thank you, ma'am, for sharing. Anybody else got some? Hey, Marcel in the building. I thought you wasn't gonna make it today.
Hey, I'm coming in fresh off a job.
Look,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
You good? You good? Thank you.
You have to warn them.
Yeah, I had hers up.
I see you came on in here. You slid in here that last minute.
Yeah, what I miss? I need something to uplift me.
You need something to uplift you. Oh well,
I'm just like, hey, I ain't ate all day, so I'm just running off fumes.
Well, she ain't gonna uplift you. She gonna hurt your feelings. Where your north and south?
Shit.
I don't think this is the call. I don't think this
care.
is the call to, like, really get into that space of it. Because really, it's like you came in here at the perfect space, because this is where we all are. We're all in our south nodes. We're all in our 12th house. We're all in our complaints in the space of, okay, let's go ahead and just shake this last shit off and move forward. It's a perfect time period. Wherever you feel, again, is for Virgo full moon. Virgo likes being irritated too. Let me bring that in. Virgo likes irritation. I don't know what that obsession is with it, but I think Virgo like that. It likes that little, I don't know about that, right? It's that. So this whole energy is this vibration of the list, though. You know what I'm saying? When you get into the list, it's like, okay, all right, now we can do it. Now we can move. That Neptune Mercury conversation, and you got a whole lot of goddamn Virgo. Your Virgo shit is more stronger than anything else in your chart. So this Virgo full moon is just whooping your ass. Let's just be honest.
And I think what North Node is Virgo, right? Yeah, North Virgo.
And your North Node is Virgo?
Node. Yes, my North Node is Virgo.
Okay. Well, look, you already know what this is. Virgo? He got Virgo everywhere. He is a fucking Virgo scorp. That's what he is. So you're just getting your ass whooped, but it's okay, because this is the last 36 hours. So what we're doing collectively from this moment, we're all going into ceremony. We're all going into ritual in our dark sides. Okay. We're going to the dark sides. We cutting off some attachments, some addictions, because we realize that these are not our own. They're tied to the family bloodline of these things. We're carrying them out of obligation and responsibility. But in reality, they don't belong to us. You feel what I'm saying? So this whole energy that we're feeling is about that. That's the reason why Virgo is being a little, go clean the house up. Throw some of them fucking clothes away. You're not going to wear that shit. You've been holding on to them shit 6 years. Don't put that shit in the bag and let somebody who needs this shit wear it. Because all of that hoarding and holding on to things, including our feelings and energy and stuff, that is the past life. That is the South Node. That is the 12th house. That is the illumination of Mercury coming in and say, listen, I'm here to give you the details of this bullshit. Like Comfort said in her thing, the exposing the illusions, where you've been doing the worst of certain things. And when you see that, don't be ashamed. This is not a space. This is not a space or a day to be ashamed. This is a space and a day to embrace and say, okay, but I don't want to do it no more. I don't want to do that. I realize it's tied to certain things for me now. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the ayahuasca journey did do for me. It changed my life. Plant medicine has changed my life. That's the reason why I'm grateful to have had, pretty much what?
When's the next one? That's the only question.
Well, I'm getting that ayahuasca thing together, because we need it in a real way. Trust me, a lot of people have been reaching out about me, but one of the people who we were working with, they were going through some things. So divine timing, and that's one of them journeys that you just cannot rush. It has to be perfect. You know what I'm saying? But it changed my life. You know what I'm saying? I was grateful to be there for Leslie and Marcel when they had their very first journey too, with it or whatever. And then most of us have been in the space together, for Wild Women Worship, so for plant medicine. But this is the side of Pisces when it comes down to the drug side that I feel like, or the psychedelic side that I feel like it really helps you with dreams and illusions. So it can be used, it can be overused for escapism, but within the proper dosage and in the proper, like we're talking about due process, right? Setting, having a beginning, middle, and an end to these things. This is now what creates ceremony and doesn't create recreational abuse. It's a difference. An intention is set. What am I relieving? What am I letting go? What do I want? Anytime I go into these journeys, anytime, even if I just decide to do a microdose square, I say to myself, this is what this is for. Always. It's never a time when I'm not, because it is that. So ceremony today, whether or not you have plant medicine or not, understand that the medicine or the plant is just turning on a receptor in us. So meaning that you have these same principles in you. It's all tryptophan. And you are living, breathing, walking tryptophan. That's what you are. The grass is tryptophan. The plants is tryptophan. Everything is tryptophan. Okay. It's the green thing that you see in chlorophyll, tryptophan. If you want to see what it looked like, it's green. But it's running through all of us. Okay. But that's also what DMT travels on. Okay. That's also what your death and your entry point and your exit point travels on your tryptophan. So you don't, what I mean is meditation opens that up. So remember when I showed y'all on the list, when it was talking about 12th house and it was saying about addictions and all those things, and it was saying the space where we can access this area of healing through meditation. Because if you really get into some really good breath work, taking some deep breaths, like doing that. And I mean, when I mean taking a deep breath to where when you let it go, you let it drop, like you dropping into yourself. When you breathing up, you letting that energy feel like where you feel at the top of your head and you keep dropping it. The more you do that, you'll feel it grow each time. So to start off right here, you do it again, it'll go up above your titties and it'll drop a little bit lower in your womb area. And every time you do that, your goal is to feel do this and make it go down as far as it can. When you do that, what you're doing is you're turning on your DMT. You can get high on your air supply. I need to write that on the shirt. Don't y'all steal my shit now. We put it on here. You can get high on your
collaborate. Yeah, we'll collaborate. I'm taking that one.
I wish you would, nigga, because you the one that would. I wish you would, but you really can. The oxygen, you know what I'm saying? The way it travels in and up your body. And you know this just through orgasm. See, let me take y'all somewhere else. When that shit get good in that good spot, you take that and the energy goes shoot. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That energy right there. That one. Okay. That right there is what I want you guys to access in your ceremony. Breathe. Open it up, feel this energy stretch far and wide so that as you are working on what to release, your energy can free it too. It can come out of your muscles and out of your every fabric, not just out of your brain, because you're already working on the mental part. So saying it and doing it, yes, but breathe into it. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got no shrooms or you don't have plant medicine, like I said, you don't need the plant medicine. It can be an easier way to assess this, right? But if you don't have it accessible to you tonight, breathe deep, okay? And get deep into that thing. You should feel and this is, don't matter your sexes, but you should feel your nipples tingling. You should feel this tightness and energy in it. That's how you know it's in you, okay? Almost every season. I'm gonna get crunk up in this bitch. I'm gonna act up. This is probably gonna be, let me see. I'm trying to think about a time when I've been as extra as I'm about to be. Hasn't been a time. This is gonna be it. Y'all gonna get it all. I'm gonna be extra up on extra because the start of the extra niggas is gonna be my birthday next week. Because I'm gonna do so much stuff. And when I mean do so much, I'm talking about the extra in me. It's gonna do so much stuff. From pictures to videos to bothering the fuck out of y'all the whole entire time. Just extra. Okay, that's gonna be the kickoff. Because when this little girl go to college, y'all listen, prepare to be what? Sick of me. Because that's what's gonna get ready to happen to you.
And then you're gonna be extra. You're gonna be double X.
Prepare to be what? Sick of me, because that's what my name gonna be. Sick of me. It's gonna be on my shirt. Sick of me, right here. That's who I am.
Guess what, nigga? I triple dog dare you. Go ahead.
Nigga, bring it on, then.
Do it.
Come on, then.
Do it.
It is
Get
so.
It in. Get it in.
It is so. Ashe, my ancestors say they is ready, so we's ready. Okay. Y'all got no questions? I'm gonna let y'all go. We went way over our hour, but it's y'all family. We can do that. We can do those kind of things. Mm-hmm. If y'all got no questions, I'm done with y'all. This right here officially starts my birthday. This is the last thing I had to do. Oh my God. Y'all don't know how hard I work, y'all. Listen. who Jesus, just this within this last 3 weeks alone, I think when I counted today, just this month, 42 sessions. You want me to say it again? 40 fucking 2. Y'all, I got
Girl,
to this
and I'm
right
still,
here. Come on.
I was about to say, and I'm still sending my friends to you.
Listen, and they're gonna have to book in April now because it ain't no space, right? But even this week right here, y'all, I was like, what in the fuck is happening? Because I was just like, the energy of like, this is a lot happened this week. And I was like, but you know what? If it's going to happen, I want it to happen the last week of Pisces. That means I fucking did my best. I ran to the point of fucking exhaustion because guess what? Pisces season about to end, and guess who fucking feel rejuvenated? Me, because guess who time it's time for me to party, do everything. I can do everything I want to do now because I have just exhausted myself. Do you hear me? This month. Being happy at it though, you know what I'm saying? Making sure I grounded myself every day, set intentions, making sure that I wasn't doing anything. Like it was some days I was like, oh my God, am I gonna be able to do it today? And I was like, come on, what we doing this for? Why we got this? Why we about to do it? What is about to go? Well, let's go. Some of the shit I was saying to myself didn't even make sense. I just needed something to be like, we at the end. My legs wobbly. I see the finish line. I'm not finna fucking stop now, put my hands on my back and breathe. No, we're gonna do that when we get right there. That's what it's been. So yes, I'm gonna have a great time. So thank y'all for spending my pre-birthday with me. This is a pre-birthday party. You didn't know.
Woo!
I told y'all it's gonna be a lot. But one thing I know about y'all, use on this right here, y'all can handle my, my extra. Y'all expect it in a lot of ways. So that's good. Okay. But y'all got y'all homework. Let's continue to talk about South and North Nodes this week in the group. So please share any and all information that y'all find about South and North Nodes, as well as 12th house energy. And like I said, when we have our Aries class, gonna be a little bit different this time. We're gonna do our Aries class on the 2nd, which is when was gonna be after I get back. And then I want to focus on, from this perspective, on Aries, Mars, and our sexual connection. So I really want to hammer in on that perspective. And what we're going to throw in to add to that is how to like continue to work our North nodes. Okay. So it's going to be North nodes. And now we're adding in the sexual connection part of it, right? Because, the spring is about fucking. That's what it's about. So let's talk about who and what we should be fucking. How about that? Let's talk about that and how this whole Aries, Mars connection and sexual energy plays a whole part of it. Okay, so that's our next class on the 2nd. Your girl is off. I'm out. I love y'all. I'm gonna see y'all in a second. Boom, 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 boom. See you in a second. Boom, boom, boom. See you in a second. Boom, boom, boom. Bye, y'all.
Hi, Gigi. Happy birthday.
Bye.
Happy birthday.